Why would a professional with a seemingly stable career start a side hustle? Well, with a job market roiled by AI automation that will impact the trajectory of millions of jobs and careers, many side hustles may become solid side security. Stay with us and learn more next. Next 7 years, millions of white-collar jobs will be restructured or eliminated. So how do you protect yourself, especially if you live in a market where replacing a well-paying management job could be a tough task? You start by planning ahead. A side hustle is a term that covers a variety of part-time businesses to earn additional income. Driving for Uber or Lyft or delivering for DoorDash are some of the most commonly known side hustles. While those are certainly legitimate gigs, I want to tell you about several businesses that are producing a greater rate of return for executives, managers, and even hourly workers who decided not to wait for the big AI automation disruption before building their side hustle and establishing security. Here are some examples of side hustles that are succeeding or are on their way to becoming a lucrative source of income on the side. First, a single mom with a cystic fibrosis child. She is generating several $1,000s a month in YouTube affiliate marketing and membership fees in her CF Mother Support Group. A teacher passionate about digital marketing earns more than $60,000 a year in fees from small business owners who cannot afford a full-time agency. She sells fractions of her time and provides a weekly meetup with her clients. She is using a monthly subscription model. Her business is expanding, and she expects to gross more than $100,000 over the next 12 months. A talented cake decorator and an accountant who loves weaving both report growing incomes by selling memberships to online courses. The weaver's targeted audience is women 60 to 65 years old. She's made as much as $20,000 on one course. A young assembly line worker whose life changed with the birth of his first son has converted that emotional energy, enthusiasm, and joy for his role as a dad, and he posts videos on parenting tips for fellow fathers. He now has more than 1,000 subscribers and uses Amazon affiliate marketing links to promote everything from baby strollers to toys and car seats. In addition to his helpful dad tips, he also conducts product reviews, which are extremely popular and have attracted endorsement deals. People respond because his enthusiasm has created a bond of trust. Creators using online businesses are a rapidly expanding part of the entrepreneurial economy. These are attractive side hustles because most do not require significant capital investment, and many are ideally suited for an initial part-time commitment. Is it hard work? Yes. Does it require commitment to learning the online ropes? Absolutely. Does everyone succeed? No. Not everyone has the drive and determination to overcome the frustrating and challenging early days. Can everyone profit? Of course not. Not everyone's passion can be monetized. That's the difference between a legitimate side hustle and a hobby. Now, before I share 6 issues you should consider before embarking on this incredible journey, I want to share my own experience. In 2017, after spending 27 years in global executive search, I came to realize that my industry was experiencing a transition. With rapid consolidation in the industry I served, it was becoming increasingly difficult for boutique firms like mine to survive. Bigger systems and networks tended to take executive recruiting internally or to use one of the larger global firms. So I made the decision to transition into career management and job search advisory coaching, something I had been doing as a sideline for several years. Now, my coaching business steadily grew as I wound down my recruiting practice. Another reason I made the decision to shift my career focus was to stop traveling. For most of my career, beginning in the 1970s, I traveled consistently, regionally, nationally, and globally across 38 states and in 6 countries on 4 continents. Working from a home studio and seeing my wife every day had a strong appeal. But then the pandemic shut everything down and my very promising sales funnel collapsed. So I began looking for an alternative business model. I settled on an online, on-demand business model for my career management courses. After a rocky start, I realized that my previous business development acumen would not work, that if I expected to succeed, I would have to learn some new business development tricks. That is when I encountered the Video Ranking Academy. And since I joined and began to learn the power of YouTube and how to promote my daily career videos, the tide has begun to turn. I still have much road to travel, but I'm on the right track. Whether this becomes your go-to business, like me, or that soon-to-be lucrative side hustle, we share a similar journey. My advice is to start part-time. It will take a huge amount of pressure off your shoulders and give you time to build a stable foundation. Now, if you're interested, here are 6 steps you should take. First, is there an audience for your expertise or idea? You need to do your homework. Will people be willing to pay you to benefit from your expertise? Second, is this something you can teach using video or with a live video event? I know there are probably areas of expertise that are not conducive to online learning, let's say teaching someone how to swim, for example, but the number of subjects that can be non-monetized is numerous. 3, are you prepared to learn? There are some tricks to learn, and there are some great people out there who have the expertise to help your business thrive. Do your homework. Like every other early stage growth industry, there are some hooligans who are happy to take your money for questionable advice and 0 results. If you have any questions, DM me or reach out through my website at johngself.com. I will be happy to share my experience. Now, I'm still learning the process of converting my traditional career coaching business to an online on-demand model. Is it a grind? Yes. But it is an interesting grind, and the people in my coaching group at VRA are incredibly supportive and happy to share knowledge and encouragement. Having the support of like-minded entrepreneurs is so helpful. For me, this is not a side hustle. It is my main focus, so I approach it a little bit differently. 4, you do not have to be a tech nerd to start a side hustle online. All you need is your mobile phone, a decent halo light, and an internet connection. Do some creators have elaborate studio setups? Yes, but the ones that do are the ones that have been around for a while and are realizing significant income. You do not have to buy a lot of expensive equipment. You start off by taking baby steps and you grow from there. I know some very successful creators and influencers who shoot videos and edit them on their cell phones. I use my iPhone for Reels, for the vertical format. Now, for longer videos and recorded career courses, I use my iMac computer. I use iMovie, which is easy to learn to edit my videos. Those came with the computer. 5, another opportunity is leveraging the power of a virtual event. Now, these events have the power to promote your ideas, sell your training courses, or promote books or other products or services. Now, during the pandemic shutdowns, live events, educational seminars and industry association meetings and professional development conferences were canceled. But event planners quickly learned that virtual events could be as attractive to consumers and as profitable, or even more so, than live sessions. Virtual event studios for the more established personalities and events popped up across the U.S. The idea of virtual events suddenly democratized the seminar event business and opened the doors for small organizations and entrepreneurs to produce these events without the cost and financial risk of a hotel-based meeting with guaranteed contracts for food and beverage. For the attendees, virtual events represent an attractive alternative to spending $2,000 to $3,000 for travel, food, and hotel expenses. So, how does this benefit a side hustle? All you need to succeed with a live event is the desire, the courage to try, video conferencing software like Zoom, a reasonable internet connection, your cell phone or the camera on your computer, and a reasonable lighting setup. And of course, you can do it all from your living room. You too can capture the power of this sale of the event. 6, YouTube is a powerful tool, more so than LinkedIn, Vimeo, or Facebook. I know the pushback. You will also hear people tell you that YouTube influencers and virtual learning creators have passed you by. It's old news. The horse is out of the barn. The market is saturated. And all I can say to that is BS. That's all I'm going to say. But consider this. There is competition, a lot of it. But with the competition comes the opportunity for greater reward for those with a good idea, passion, and determination. Unlike Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and other sites, for example, YouTube is a search engine. In fact, it is the second largest, most active search engine in the world. It is the second largest in terms of daily visits. It is the number one video platform in the world. And to add impact to all those impressive facts, Google owns YouTube. Now, why is it a search engine so important? I now still, after 6 or 7 years, I'm getting hits on videos that were produced, years and years ago, and some have over 3,000 views at this point. So people searching for the topics have found my videos, and you can't do that on LinkedIn, where after the second day, they're just gone. Now, there are 2 billion active users every month on YouTube. That's 1/4 of the world's population. 73% of the US population engages on YouTube every week. Millennials prefer YouTube 2-to-1 over traditional TV. 60% of the people prefer YouTube to traditional broadcast and cable television. Now, here is an amazing hook. Only 9% of small businesses are on YouTube. Small businesses like you and me. Yes, there is plenty of room for the passionate, for the creative, for the determined, for the resilient. A side hustle is starting a business. It is exciting, it is risky, and it is hard. This is a dynamic change from all the success I experienced in traditional business development and relationship marketing. It is a new business development paradigm. You just must be willing to be open to a new way. And as a 3-time successful entrepreneur, I have the career planning skills to help you get started. Now, it's not always an easy journey, but it can be rewarding and fulfilling. And most people start in their spare time. I'm John Self. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you will like and share this information, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel to receive alerts when I post new content every week on career management, job search strategies, and leadership.